Hey there, it's Mitzi. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a book haul and some surprise book mail. I was in the process of filming an announcement video for the More Montgomery Challenge that Elizabeth and I are hosting, and I had book mail, so I was so excited. Well, I already had this basket full of vintage books, so I wanted to do a vintage book haul because I've kind of just been collecting them here, and I need to empty this out and put these on my shelf. So I wanted to go ahead and do that, and then when I had the book mail, the surprise book mail, I thought, well, I'll go ahead and sit down and do this. So I'm going to first talk to you about my basket, and I'm going to leave the book mail till last. The first thing that I found, well, let me start with this. These are all books that I have found at thrift stores or estate sales or secondhand bookstores, those kind of places. I'm always on the lookout for a vintage book. I like the look, the feel of an old book. It just excites me for some reason. And I love to, obviously, if you look at the books on my shelf, I love to surround myself with vintage books. So these are some that I found, and they're at a great price because if you go to Salvation Army, Goodwill, all those places, you can find some really good ones that someone else didn't want. So here we go. The first is A Few Green Leaves by Barbara Pym. I have read a couple of books by Barbara Pym so far, and I really loved them. When I first read Quartet in Autumn years ago, I had never even heard of Barbara Pym, but I picked that book up on a whim at a library sale. It had the ugliest cover you ever wanted to see, so I don't even know why I picked it up. But I did, and I'm so glad because she has a wonderful way of telling a story. She just has this, I don't want to say sarcasm, but there's this wit about her writing. There's a little bit of dark comedy in her writing too, or was in that Quartet in Autumn. But I just enjoy her wit, her humor, and her just finding the funny moments in everyday life in the books that I've read so far. So I don't know anything about A Few Green Leaves, but I'm looking forward to that one. And I liked this cover much better than the Quartet in Autumn. It actually matches that cover, but the colors and things on the other one was just not good. And then I found Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm by Kate Douglas Wiggin. Now this looks a lot like my Heidi that I read just recently. I love these naked hardbacks that have the great pictures on them that kind of go around. I just love these. And for me, I was telling my son this the other day. I said, I don't know what it is about a beautiful book, but to me, it just makes me think, okay, there's a wonderful story hidden inside. So when I open it, I'm just anticipating something great. I don't know. I think that's just the book nerd in me, but I do. So I'm glad to have this one. Here is another poetry collection by Helen Steiner Rice. It's called Heart Gifts. If you follow my channel, you know that I have always enjoyed reading her poetry. It's nothing complicated. They're simple little poems, but they're very inspirational. They're encouraging, and I like to just in the mornings read a couple of her poems and start my day with those sometimes. So I picked this one up. Now this was something I was really excited about. I read this, I think last October, but it's The Diary of a Nobody, and it came in this slip case, and I just thought that was cute. I love the size. This was something so different. I love the cloth bound cover, and it, you know, has the same thing on each side. And if you've read the book, you'll understand the reason that they have this picture of this house on it. This is one funny book. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it, especially for October because it's not very long. It's super funny, and it's a great way to get started with Victorian literature if you've never tried it. So I highly recommend this one, and I thought that it was so fun to find this special edition in this slipcase. Let's see if I can get it back in the slipcase. And I just love that. I find that satisfying. And then I found another children's book, Pollyanna by Eleanor H. Porter. I have never read Pollyanna. Of course, I've seen the movie many years ago, but I can hardly remember that either. So when I saw this great copy of Pollyanna, I had to pick that up too. I'm also trying to read through the Shakespeare plays, and I'm going to participate in Shaketember as well. I'll leave a link to that below if you want to know more about it. But I saw this copy and I love the cover of this. This is The Taming of the Shrew. I know nothing about that play, but since I'm wanting to read them, I thought I would pick that one up as well. Have you ever read this one? Let me know in the comments. And then I picked up some books for the Moore Montgomery readathon. We have been discussing that for the past few weeks, and so when I saw these, I thought I'm going to pick those up too. So this is just, now these are not L.M. Montgomery, but they are L.M. Montgomery related. This is based on the film adapted from the novels, and it's The Road to Avonlea. We have The Journey Begins. This is 1, 2, 3, and 6. The Journey Begins. They're super quick, so I might could use this for 30 books in 30 days too for September. Song, oh wait, this is 2. The Story Girl Earns Her Name. Song of the Night is number 3. And then number 6 is Conversions. And apparently someone was getting rid of some of their L.M. Montgomery books because they also had Magic for Marigold. And I've never read this one. This is a standalone, I think. I think this is a standalone, so I could use this for that prompt on the Moore Montgomery Challenge. And I loved this copy. I want to find more of the L.M. Montgomery books in this series because I love the way these look. These vintage covers, of course, just make me so happy. So I have been wanting to read this one ever since I started my journey with Montgomery. Never can find Magic for Marigold. I don't know why, but I never can find that one. So I was happy to find this one too. So those are the vintage books that I found on my book haul. Now I'll share my book mail. Hold on, let me get it. So I went to the post office and I had a package, and I thought it was for my son because I ordered him something because I had not ordered anything for myself. But when I opened it, it was books. And so I was so excited to have book mail, surprise book mail that I was not expecting. I mean, it made my day. And there was a receipt inside that says, a gift for you. Enjoy your gift. Thank you so much for being a guest host during the reading retreat from the Booktube Besties. This is such an honor to, first of all, be a part of the reading retreat. I mentioned that in my last video, I think. It was so much fun. And so when Krista from Books and Jams approached me and said, hey, would you be willing to host one of the panels, be one of our hosts on one of our panels during the reading retreat? Of course I said yes. I mean, it's the Booktube Besties, of course, and I love them. So thank you so much to the Booktube Besties. I wanted to do it, and it was a gift just to be a part. I was so honored. So thank you for sending me books. This was just wonderful. So they sent me Where the Lost Wander by Amy Harmon. This is at the top of my TBR. I'm so excited. I read What the Wind Knows by Amy Harmon, and it's a great book, but I heard this was even better, so I'm really excited about reading this one. I mean, look at that beautiful cover. The font, the beautiful background says this is going to be a great book. I mean, I love historical fiction, and that, if that's not historical fiction, I don't know what is. And then they also sent me Once Upon a Wardrobe by Patty Callahan. And this, of course, I wanted to read too. Everybody was reading it last year. Rave reviews, and I just am excited about this one too. If you follow my channel, you know that my son and I buddy read through the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe series, The Chronicles of Narnia, this past few months. And I had only read the first 2 of that series. So we went back and we reread those, and we went through the whole series. It was fantastic. So I love all things C.S. Lewis. And when I saw this book, I knew I wanted to read it. I also want to read the other one, Becoming Mrs. Lewis. I heard it was great too. Can't wait to get to this. So thank you to the Booktube Besties. This made my day. It was such a surprise. So I thought I'm going to go just film again because I'm so excited to get these. I also received last week, and I hadn't had a chance to talk about it, but I also received 2 other books off of my Amazon wish list, but there wasn't a card inside. So whoever sent these to me, thank you. So the first one is Listening Valley by D.E. Stevenson. I have read Miss Bunkle's book, which is hilarious and fun. So I want to read more D.E. Stevenson, so I'm super excited. And look at that beautiful cover. You know how I am about these covers. I get so excited. So thank you for that one. This one was also on my wish list. The Undertaker's Assistant by Amanda Skinendor. I've heard great things about this one. Again, one of these beautiful covers. This is historical fiction, and I think it is set... Oh, it's set during the Reconstruction era in New Orleans, so I'm excited about reading that. So I'm not sure who sent me these two books, but they were on my wish list, so of course I'm super excited to receive them. I feel so blessed by these gifts. Thank you so much to whoever sent this and the Booktube Besties. It just brightens my day. It's so encouraging when you like, you subscribe, when you leave comments, when you give me gifts. I mean, you certainly don't have to send me gifts, you know, because your presence is a gift, and I appreciate that. But I was so excited to get these things in the mail because it was an encouragement for me, and now I have more books to read. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for watching and commenting again. I am just beyond blessed by all your encouragement on this channel. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.